Alright, so where we're headed?
We're going to Beco do Batman, which means Batman Alley. It's a very important street art place here in São Paulo. Street art is very big here, like really big. Like actually many of the greatest street artists in the world are from here.
And explain the difference between street art in Brazil specifically compared to something like the US.
I think there are more similarities than differences. But what I think is funny is that street art, it's born in some specific places. There's some specific kind of culture of life in that place that generates that kind of response from society as street art. I don't know, I think you might find many similarities among the most famous street art cities in the world. You're gonna see that they are quite alike in many aspects. Like São Paulo, Detroit, New York, Berlin, they're gonna have a lot of similarities, so yeah. So yeah, we got here in Batman Alley, which is this very important street art place here in the city. This is just the beginning. We're gonna turn right there, and it's gonna be even bigger, like all the walls covered with great street art. And yeah, let's check it out. This is the alley. It's a very nice place. It's funny because most of those artists, they're like famous worldwide, and you go like to Europe, you go to the States, they are treated as artists. And here in São Paulo, a lot of people, the elite, richer people, they consider it junk. And they don't realize that they have, like in many places of the city, they have like an open air museum like this one that is constantly changing. So.
Alright, so we had a good day at Batman Alley yesterday, and today we're actually going to do a formal interview with Citizen Kannot. So, where's your name from?
From Citizen Kane, the movie. Because I went to cinema school in college, and I love the movie, but I always thought that the name was quite interesting, because it's the story of a self-made man, like an American self-made man that made it through capitalism. And I always thought that the name Citizen Kane reminds a lot of Citizen Can, but it's my theory that there's a connection there, like some kind of message that Hollywood was trying to give at that moment, the American dream and stuff. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that a citizen really can do whatever it wants. Not always. So that's when I came up with Citizen Kannot, you know, because it's something about art as well. Like everybody that wants to be an artist thinks he's gonna make it, but not necessarily.
It takes hard work and luck.
Yes, exactly. So Citizen Kannot most of the time.
How about your musical inspirations? What did you do? When did you start playing? And
well, I started playing the guitar when I was young, when I was 15 or 16 years old, and that was my first instrument. And I was quite the rock and roll guy back then. I used to like indie rock and a lot of old school rock, like Led Zeppelin, The Who. I loved Dylan and stuff like that. And I still do. So my musical beginnings, they would be a rock and roll one.
Okay, and when did you start getting into electronic music?
Yes, it was a couple of years ago when I was at a club, and it's so funny because it's so like well defined that moment. It's not like, oh, I started liking it. No, there was the moment when I was at a club. The moment, yeah. I was at a club, and as I said, I used to hate electronic music back then. And I was with my girlfriend, and then Kavinsky started playing, and it was Protovision, the track. I was just like, oh god.
What is this magic?
Exactly. I was like, can you do that? You know, like, what is that? You know. So I was like, oh, that's so good. And I asked the guy what that was, and he said it's Kavinsky from the movie Drive. So the very next morning, I was downloading Kavinsky's album, Ableton Live, and Drive. So that's how it started.
What else did you get into?
I just started like wandering around different genres, you know. My first tracks, like those very early ones that everybody has, those shitty ones, they were trying to emulate Kavinsky's work for sure, but I didn't know what synthwave was back then at all.
Right.
Like everything was new to me. So eventually I started like getting to know new genres. I did a lot of electro, house, I did trap, I did jungle. I did a bunch of stuff, and eventually I came back to synthwave, and I found out what synthwave really was, and I was like, oh, that's the thing that caught my attention back then, you know? So it was kind of like a cycle thing, but it's good because now when I'm back to synthwave, I brought a lot of things from everything
From what you've learned,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, so yeah.
So when you first start brainstorming a track, where do you get started?
I don't have quite like a defined workflow. Like some people go like, oh, I start with the beat, I start with the bass line. I don't know. I don't have that. I usually start from the beginning.
Oh yeah, just like putting your loops in.
Exactly. And the thing is that
I'm gonna look like an asshole.
you know, because they're gonna see that in the next episode that there are no loops involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is that for me, like making music is really hard work. I don't believe in such a thing as inspiration. I know it exists, but for me, making music is hard work.
Yeah.
I sit in front of my computer and I just try 10 things out until one of them gets to me. And I'm not talking about releasing that one thing. I'm talking about I try 10 things out and then one of them is worth to keep working.
So you have a special gift?
No, I hate that. I hate that. That's actually my first guitar professor. He told me a story. He was playing a game, and a lady came to him and went like, oh my god, you play so well, you have such a gift. And he wanted to punch the lady in the face because his thought was, and he told me that story, his thought was,
you were working hard to get to that
point. He was like, do you have any idea of how many hours I sat on a chair and practiced and like fucked all my fingers to be able to do that and then tell me it's a gift? So and he taught that to me, he told that to me when I was in the very beginning, like when I was learning to play guitar. So that stayed with me my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't believe in gifts at all. That's bullshit. Yeah. Sorry. That is.
Okay, so what are your musical aspirations?
I'll try to play live a lot more this year. I mean, if you cannot find a place to play live in São Paulo, you won't find it anywhere else. So definitely, I'm gonna try to do that, and maybe releasing an LP this year. But things are so chaotic right now. Like I'm doing a bunch of remixes that I don't know. I'll just keep like messing with the genre because that's what I do. It's a compliment because with my EP, Sitting Kannot, I've seen many people going like, I don't know if that's completely 80s inspired or something like that. And I was like, Thank you, dude. Like, yeah, that's my thing.
You're always experimenting. You're doing new things with your music. I mean,
yeah, that's my actual goal.
we're gonna go behind the scenes.
Yeah, next episode.
Next episode, and you'll be able to see what he's working on. And
I'm trying some tribal things now, mixing synthwave with tribal rhythms and percussions. Because
and it's cool.
thank you. I'm a chaotic person in a chaotic city doing chaotic music, so
Yeah.
I won't do traditional stuff. I refuse to. But yeah.
All right, so you're gonna start playing live. What sort of other things do you think synthwavers should be working on if they want to make this a real thing?
Well, just keep moving forward, you know. And playing live, I think it's a nice step because sometimes I feel that the scene, with the exception of a few people, the scene consists of a lot of people, talented people, sometimes that keep producing good stuff, but they don't leave their bedrooms, and all they do is produce nice stuff, upload it to Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
And promote on Facebook.
And promote on Facebook, and that's it. You know, like, and I think everybody should start like taking
Pushing the envelope.
Exactly. In many ways, you know, when I first got to the scene, I was very happy because I saw that it was like a very friendly scene. You know, like
we have community here.
We have community, exactly. Everybody helps each other from all over the world and stuff like that. But after a while, I started realizing that that was, you know, becoming some kind of, I wouldn't say career, but something that was, because everybody's so nice with everybody that sometimes
That you get comfortable.
You get comfortable, and sometimes I feel that people should push themselves harder, you know. And sometimes I wish that somebody would come to me and to a lot of producers and go like, dude, that's not really good.
Yeah.
And I think that's missing. You know, I'm not saying that we should stop being nice people and start being jackasses. I'm not saying that. But sometimes
But if you're a real friend of somebody, you're gonna tell them.
Exactly. And sometimes I think that doesn't happen at all. I think that everybody's just, you know.
Well, because people will get offended otherwise.
Exactly, but we have to learn how not to.
Real
you know?
criticism.
Real criticism, exactly, because that's how human beings work, you know? It's pure psychological, you know? Like, if somebody else does not, like, kick you in the ass a little bit, you will just stay comfortable, because that's how our subconscious work, you know?
Alright, so do you have any announcements you want to make, or anything else?
Well, just stay tuned because I'm really working on some very unorthodox things right now. Really mixing synthwave with stuff that are not that usual. And actually, the 25th of January, the VHS Dreams EP is coming out in a physical release, and I have a remix in that album that I did for him of one of his tracks. It's a very nice remix. Very nice indeed, and it's a very nice work, a very nice EP, so you can check it out.
Yeah, there's plenty of other people who did great remixes for it.
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm gonna do exactly this year when it comes to release stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's very chaotic right now, but just stay tuned because I'll just keep making a mess out of it.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna also get a behind-the-scenes look.
Yeah.
Talk about his loops. And
next episode. Just keep in contact. You can find me everywhere.
Facebook, SoundCloud, Bandcamp,
Google Plus, everything.
Plus.
You can put like Citizen Kannot on Google and you can find everything, even Instagram.
But if you really want to contact him, probably do it via SoundCloud.
Yeah, and there you can find all the links, of course. So
thanks for interviewing with us.
Thank you.
Alright guys, our verbal shoutouts for this week are VHS Dreams, Claudio Marani, Teddy Drummond, and Theo. Thank you guys so much for supporting, and we couldn't do this without you.